we all got to be responsible, hold ourselves accountable, make good decisions, and I have no doubt in my mind that with this hearing and everything that's going on with Dillian, he's going to take accountability on if he did something wrong or if he did something right.
Pro boxing fans here in London, and I'm bumped into none other than Malik Scott, man. It's been a minute, it's been a while since I've seen you on these shows. How are you, man? You looking good?
Good, brother. Good. Here for these blessing festivities. Hellenius came in and saved the show. If he didn't come in, we had Gerald Washington ready to go. But Hellenius and AJ is going to fight, and we're fighting Chisora, and I'm looking forward to it.
Let's talk about your charge, Gerald Washington. A lot of talk has been about his name being thrown into hat for Anthony Joshua. That's not been the case. He's going to be fighting someone that we know really well in Derek Chisora. First of all, just talk to me about Gerald Washington, obviously coming through a bit of a bumpy patch right now.
Yeah.
What more has he got left in the tank?
He got tons left in the tank. The mentality aspect is all up to him on, how can I say this, 1 second? It's all up to him on how he want to display it, or if he want to display it, or do he want to fight through the dark room to make sure he's looking accountable and being responsible, and especially being defensively responsible against someone as dangerous as Chisora. And I believe in him. I've been believing in him since I started training him. I just thought that he needed to be taught a little bit better fundamentally from the feet up. He needed to hold himself accountable more defensively, and that's what we've been working on. We have good days, bad days in the gym, but one thing I am proud of is I see the development aspect of him has gotten better, and that's all I can ask for as a trainer. And Saturday night, I plan on putting it on display, and so does Gerald Washington.
Is it a good time to catch Chisora right now? Obviously, coming off a few, big losses.
Yeah.
We know that Chisora is very much a come-forward fighter. Gets hit quite a bit.
Yeah.
Is it a good time for Gerald Washington to be catching him right now?
Absolutely. If anyone is going to fight Chisora is right now, and that's not like a bad thing. Father Time is undefeated. Chisora in his last few fights have taken more punishment than he ever had before, and he has a huge heart, and he comes to fight, and his market is big. So, it's a good thing, but I plan on Gerald Washington taking full advantage of every loophole that come with Chisora Saturday. And if it's a Chisora that I'm extremely confident with Gerald beating, is the Chisora that we're fighting Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to it.
Do you want to talk about the main event? Obviously, Dillian Whyte failing a drugs test, showing adverse findings. What do you make of this whole situation right now?
Well, one, like I told a reporter earlier this week, me and Dillian spent time together. I would consider him a distant friend. So I'm not, and I say that to say I'm not going to bite his back down. But on the other hand, we all got to hold ourselves accountable. We all got to be responsible in this noble art. He got caught with some things in his system that wasn't supposed to be there. Of course, no one is going to admit to things. And I'm not saying he did or did anything, but what I'm saying, at this level, a lot more accountability should be had. He should be a little bit more responsible with the way he go about his business. And it's a sad thing because this is a huge opportunity for him, not just financially, but historically. And I just wish it didn't happen. I would have loved to see him and AJ fight again. And the real sad part is now, it's for a fact that these two guys won't even be in the ring again against each other, because these type of things just put a huge dent in your career. And, it's not a good look for him. It's not a good look for Matchroom. It's not a good look for the heavyweight division. And it's just a bad thing. But like I said, we all got to be responsible, hold ourselves accountable, make good decisions. And I have no doubt in my mind that with this hearing and everything that's going on with Dillian, he's going to take accountability on if he did something wrong or if he did something right. It's none of my business, but I just know we all got to be a lot more responsible on who we have in our camp, what we're putting in our bodies, and so forth. We can't play the victim. Everyone get caught in these situations, and everyone is innocent. It's humanly impossible for everyone to be innocent all the time. So we all just got to have, a little bit more accountability about how we go about our actions.
You were actually in his camp for the first fight, weren't you? I think that's where I saw you first time in the UK, right?
Yeah. For him and AJ fight. And that was a very entertaining fight, good domestically for you guys. And I was looking forward to them doing it again. This would have been actually their third time fighting. Once in the amateurs, the fight that I was at with Dillian, and this one right here. And to me, it's a pivotal time in both of their careers to fight each other. So it's just a shame that it didn't happen, and it's a shame that it didn't happen under these circumstances. I can accept a little bit better if Dillian would have had an injury or someone had an injury or something like that. But for it to go down right here over, VADA stuff and steroid, it's not good business. It doesn't look good.
Let's talk about Robert Helenius, someone that you know quite well.
Yes.
Obviously, Deontay Wilder.
And Gerald Washington for them.
Gerald. But talk to me about him. Is he, for people that don't know, we know in boxing, is he a viable opponent? Is he a tough enough opponent and a good last-minute replacement for Dillian Whyte?
He has a good resume. He has a good. You mean for Anthony Joshua? Right. Yeah. He has a good resume. He's been. We iced him pretty cold last October. He came back the other night and got a victory. He's been in with the Chisoras. He's been in with the Duopais, He has a good range of motion with his guard, his long guard. I don't want to say nothing about it, but they picked Helenius for a reason, and the reasoning is good because they're trying to secure January, and they did what's best for them. If they didn't pick Helenius, I had Gerald Washington on board, ready to go. All they had to do was come with the right business, and we would have made the fight and accepted gladly. But Helenius is a tough guy. Everyone can't do to him what Deontay Wilder did to him. No one's never did to him what Deontay Wilder did to him, and that was basically comatose him off the back foot, and that was sexy the way it was done. But we'll see, man. He's a good guy. I love him to death. We'll see what he do with AJ, or better yet, we'll see what AJ do with him.
Talking about Deontay Wilder, we know about this January date with Anthony Joshua. We've been waiting for Deontay to possibly get into the ring after the Helenius fight. A lot of flirting, a lot of talking with Andy Ruiz, not happened.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the case that we're going to see Deontay out in January now against AJ?
Yeah, or we may get one in between time. We're going about our pickings and making a decision on how we want to go about it. But if we get one in before January, cool. If not, in my opinion, it won't matter. It won't matter. It won't matter. We staying sharp. It won't matter. It won't fucking matter.
With the way that the heavyweight division's been in 2023, we've not got to see the big boys fight each other. Yeah. Obviously, AJ Wilder was supposed to happen in December, they were saying. November, December, now January possibly. It's been a bit of not the best year for the heavyweights. I think the biggest fight we've had this year is Joyce versus Zhang, and that's been in the UK. What have you put that down to?
I don't know, but it seemed like it's been on hold. And it's been on hold to me ever since Usyk and Fury didn't fight each other. That was like the starter that segued to everything else. It's unfortunate because the business aspect of boxing can hold the heavyweight division up more than any other division, because the heavyweight division is like the head to the whole body of boxing. So it kind of makes the division sick when those type of business things happen. And I hate to say it, but Usyk accepted things that no other champion would accept with all those belts to just make the fight happen. But once you start trying to do people any kind of way, they said, no, we're not going to fight. And it seemed like that trickled down to other fights, maybe happening, not happening, the business aspect. And when I say the business aspect, you can't be upset. These guys want their money, because when boxing is over, and everyone is trying to secure their family and always climb up the revenue ladder. But the business can be so draining because for the sake of the fans, are you aware that it's a chance that a kid can have a favorite fighter, his favorite fighter he can watch in January, and it's a chance that his favorite fighter might not even fight till next February? It's like you can't even see your favorite fighter fight no more like that on a consistent basis how it used to be. Things like that saddens the division. Things like that sadden the game. But the flip side to it, the business has to be done right so the fighters have good revenue coming in because they have families to provide for. I'm good because I train the hardest puncher in the history of the sport that has a huge open mind, that is adding more onto his game. So, do I wish, he could fight more at times? Absolutely. But do I want him to accept pennies to fight dangerous fights? Absolutely not. So everyone is just always worried about getting their business in order. You can't knock these guys. But I'm like you guys. I want to make the best fights possible. And I want to train Deontay to beat the best fighter so-called in the division.
Just going off the Fury-Usyk thing, do you get the general criticism that Fury is getting now from the public on social media about his fight with Usyk not happening and him fighting Ngannou. A lot of people don't seem to have taken to that fight, but do you understand the criticism that he's getting right now?
Yeah, that's the Tyson Fury way. That's his way of saying, fuck you guys, I'm doing what I want to do, regardless of what y'all want to see. And over time, his character, you could say, his character has bought that because he's had so many big fights. He's beat guys he's dreamed of beating. He always dreamed of beating Deontay Wilder. He's dreamed of beating Vladimir. He dreamed of being heavyweight champion. So in Tyson's mind, he's done everything he can do. One thing you got to admire about the guy, he's extremely transparent on how he feels. He'll literally say, well, I'm retiring tomorrow. I don't care who like it. Well, I'm fighting Ngannou right here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Now, to know he's like that and believe a word that he says, I don't blame him. I blame the human that's listening to it and that's buying into it. Tyson Fury does what he want to do. I'm not going to watch the Francis Ngannou fight. I'm not going to watch it. I'll see the highlights of it, though, and that's not a compliment. That's an insult because I don't even watch highlights of fight. If I can't watch a whole fight, that's not a fight that I watch. So if I'm watching highlights of a fight, that means I'm not really interested in the fighters or the fight.
Malik Scott, I've taken up 15 minutes of your time. I do appreciate you. It's been a long time since I've seen you, so I thought I'd take as much time as I can. Thank you very much. I know that I'll see you over the next coming days. Yeah, thank you very much. Top man.